there are updated regulations to help postpartum depression.
And the new preventative care options available now for moms.
All right, there's a new report it issued last week focused on preventing depression during and after pregnancy. Psychotherapist Abby Burd is here to tell us more. Abby, good morning. Always good to see you.
Good morning.
Okay, we've heard about this postpartum depression for moms. Usually kicks in, after baby is here. We've talked about it being for dads as well. But there's a new study out that's saying something a little bit different.
Right. So this study is looking at how you can prevent it, not just postpartum, but also during pregnancy.
Okay, I always like to share and be very open. A lot of people look at me as being one of the happiest people on this planet. I'm very happy. But with my 3 babies, and now this is the 4th one, I had these few days of just this, what is this? So it's very real for a lot of people. It's very normal.
For a lot of people, we used to say 1 in 7 women were affected with postpartum depression. Now we're looking at 1 in 5, and that's because we're combining it with anxiety as well.
What is in this report that's new? What's the information that parents and moms and dads can take away to be able to prevent this?
Great. So the report is coming from the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force, and they're an independent group of experts that look at ways you can stay healthy in a preventative way. So if you look at something like a flu shot is something that a healthcare system has to offer for free.
Okay.
Because it actually helps prevent people getting sick. And now they're looking at postpartum depression, and depression during pregnancy is such a huge problem affecting so many people that we want to prevent it. And the exciting thing is they said counseling works.
Counseling works.
Counseling.
When I had my first child almost 7-8 years ago, there were very few questions about, hey, Shali, how are you feeling, or any of those things.
Totally.
By the time I rolled into my 2nd and 3rd child, now I have paperwork that I have to fill out. Yes, moms who may be pregnant, it says, do you feel this? Do you feel this? I just filled that out yesterday. So there's a lot of talking going on about it now.
Right. So 2 years ago, I was here and we're talking about the same task force said that all adults, especially pregnant, should be screened. And so they were looking at, those are the screening questions, and that's what you're getting asked. You know, OBs used to be super focused on, your blood pressure, but what they found is that mental health is the single biggest complication of childbirth.
Well, of course, you grew a human. Now you got to deal with the human, the not sleeping, and the changes for dad and for mom and everything into it. When you talk about counseling, Abby, how does this work? So if you go to the doctor, because a lot of these things sometimes have not been covered by insurance before.
Totally. And so I still don't know exactly how it's going to roll out, but they looked at a lot of different things that could maybe help prevent it. They even looked at medication, and it didn't have the same effect in preventing it as counseling. They looked at 2 kinds. One is interpersonal psychotherapy, and the other is cognitive behavioral therapy. I don't know exactly how it's going to roll out. If I were Oprah, I would say you get counseling and you get counseling and everybody gets free counseling. I think they're going to probably look at maybe some cost-effective methods. People are starting to look at online counseling, CBT that you can do online. But if you think about, I don't know, with your first pregnancy, if they offered you some free classes, I had like breastfeeding 101 and basic birth prep. So those were free things that the healthcare system offered. And they didn't talk about mental health. And now I think mental health is going to be on the table.
It's taken a few years to do that. Hey, I've always said this. Just like you go to the dentist to clean your teeth, and you go to the doctor to check up your heart, you should have a person who checks up what's going on over here. Abby, thank you for being here. If you want to get more information to prevent this perinatal depression, we've put it all for you on our website. Just go to foxeyesandiego.com, click the Scene On tab. All right, Chrissy Russo, it's all yours.